Saturday morning flight sim.
It's not morning, you drongo. It's evening.
Good evening, good morning, good day, and good night. Welcome to Positive Rate. I hope you're all doing well today on this fine Saturday. Well, slightly overcast. Oh man, it's going to be one of those days, I think. How you guys all doing? Hope you're doing well. Already see a few people in the chat. Big shout out to Bubba and Johnny who've dropped in. I see Jayhawk there as well. How you doing? Good morning, Jayhawk. Nighthawk. How are you, mate? And he's on the tarmac in that beautiful headwinds livery again. There's quite a few airplanes around here. A bit of traffic in East Midlands is where we're starting from. I don't have add-in scenery for this. I think there is add-in scenery. And Johnny says you're doing well. Absolutely fantastic. I can see, Johnny, you're in the A320 down the tarmac there. So I think it's a 09 departure today. But we shall go to the flight plan in just a minute here. Move things about, and yes, so we're using the Daventry 4P departure. I have posted the flight plan that I've been given by SimBrief in the show notes as well if you want to check it, just to compare it to whatever SimBrief is giving you. Flight level 29,000 feet, which I thought seemed a bit on the low side, but hey-ho. Maybe it's winds related, I'm not sure. I think I got that the other day when I was doing a practice takeoff. But yeah, so it's runway 09, so we're here at the moment, so we're going to be pushing back with the nose to the right, and we'll slide along Alpha to Golf and pick up, or actually we could probably go to hotel for that matter. I think it might be a displaced runway. Jayhawk says, can't fly today with no sim, totally revamping your room. Of course you are, and you're going to send us pictures, aren't you? You're going to post them in Discord for us, Jayhawk, to see what your man cave looks like when it's all finished. So yeah, 09 departure today, and we will take the Daventry 4P, which there's a few restrictions in this, strangely enough. Initial restriction of 3,000 feet as we pass through Hotel Oscar November, and then 25 DME Hotel Oscar November, and then arriving at 9,000 feet at DTY, which is DTY. Phonetic alphabet just went away. Delta Tango Yankee. And then restrictions pretty much off at that point. We'll climb up to 29,000 feet. So wind our way down through southern England. Won't be crossing over London, I don't think. We might see it off in the distance. As we cross over the English Channel into France. But we're not going to Charles de Gaulle today. No, we are going to Paris Orly. And we got some scenery to show for it as well. which is going to be really cool. So I'll show that off when we get there. But we're taking the it's the Bobsa 9 Echo arrival into runway 02. Now runway 02, just to give you an idea, is it's a bit on the short side. It's only about just under 8,000 feet. So we're probably going to use some auto braking just to make sure we get a good stop, and then we'll probably exit. I would imagine we'll probably exit at Whiskey 22 there, come back along into Golf, and well, not Golf, sorry, Whiskey 2. Find ourselves a gate around section C, section B, I think. So if you want to kind of aim for that. Johnny Man says, yeah, tried the DLG 737, but was having payment issues. Oh, right. I'm assuming that's what it is. I got a stupid little heart in the way. I can't see what you're writing. I really wish someone would complain to YouTube about it. I mean, I'm not that desperate on emojis that I have to actually block text to see what people are writing. God, it's so annoying. Super, super annoying. Anyway, so that's what we're going to be doing today. Anyway. And yeah, a lot of traffic around here as well. Cool. So it looks like we'll be jockeying for position with some other people. Yeah, big shout out to everybody that joined in today. So great to see you. Johnny's he's downloading. Okay, right. Okay. What's the DL? You tried DLG? Oh, downloading the 737. Oh, right. Okay. Right. Okay. Which one were you going for, Johnny? Was that the 600? And that's what we're flying today. Just take a bit of a closer peek, but first we'll just do a sweep around that lovely headwinds livery. We definitely need to put some love into the headwind in the near future. If Nick and Dark are listening, yeah, let's do a 3:30 flight. I mean, it's maybe something on the cusp of 2 hours, 2 hours 10 or something like that. Because it really would be cool to give it some time. It's a lovely airplane, and it benefits from all of the awesome development coming out of the fly-by-wire team as well, which is really, really cool. But today we've got the PMDG 737-600, the plane that has a wider wingspan than it does a length of a fuselage. Lots of great performance power, though. It's got oodles of power for its size, and we've got 103 passengers today, so should be really interesting. Johnny says, yeah, I was trying the 737-600 maybe next time. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, and plus I'll give you a bit of time to practice up on it. It's a strange old bird. It's quite a mixture of new and old systems. So it does have quite a lot of quirks. Compared to modern airliners, I would say. Nighthawk saying Japan is a great place to fly short-haul heavy aircraft. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, and quite common actually too, because I know Japan frequently uses wide bodies to just do domestic routes because they just have so many people. So that's a good point. Bubba says, oh, he's asking, can you fly the airport? Yeah, that's what he's flying 320 today. Anyway, shall we get things started, guys? There's not much to see at East Midlands, so it's just stock scenery today. So there's nothing to show off here, but if you have screenshots of the add-on scenery for East Midlands, I can't remember who makes it, do post it up in the Discord screenshots for us, and so we can have a look, and I might see if we can approach the studio and see if they would like to give me a copy. So we can show it off for you guys. And great little location though, and it's actually remarkably long runway as well. East Midlands, I'd imagine, has a lot of international flights. Probably a lot of sun routes and a lot of domestic routes as well. Right, shall we get this party on the road? We'll get the seatbelts on here. And get that APU started. And any collision beacon. Now, silly things. So we need to do ground services, release the steps. That can go away. And we'll just have to, if we got any other traffic, we'll just have to work with it, and hopefully anybody else that's flying with us today is going to be flying in a gentleman manner. Okay, and we should hopefully have AP ready to go there, just about, just settling down. There's AP power. Give some air conditioning to the fine folks in the cabin there. Actually, don't need the fuel yet. I don't know why I'm doing that. We do need, however, hydraulics, and we can put it on the probe heat. So as I said, flight level 290 set in the cabin pressure there as well. Seatbelts are on. And should be ready to go, so we can release that ground power. And we'll set our brakes. And take the chocks off as well. And we are going today for a standard L, nose to the right. That's fine. I think 90 feet's probably not bad. I don't want to hit Nighthawk. So Nighthawk, I don't know if you want to start rolling out to runway 9 now. Johnny, I think you're going the wrong way, mate. Depending on where you're taking off from, but just to recap, so we're here right now, and it's a runway 09 departure. So you're currently coming the wrong direction, mate. I think you got to try to find yourself, turn around, and get back to 09 there. Okay, I can see Nighthawk starting to pull out. And this guy, Deadrow, he's true to his name. He's been sitting there for the last hour, not moving. He must be dead. He must be dead. Ooh. That definitely looks like an incursion there, but that's okay. Off you go. Just doing it to you, fall from there. Okay, no worries, Johnny. Maybe if you want to roll forward a bit, then just so we can get around you with space to spare there. Actually, I guess we could just roll up to that taxiway. I think that's where Nighthawk might be going. Anyway, we'll pop back in the cockpit. Doing some final things here. I don't think there's anything else to worry about. Seatbelts are on. We can probably get the pushback started.
Cockpit to ground. Go ahead. We've been cleared for pushback and start. They want the tail to our left. Roger that. Ready
Here
to
we
push.
go.
Tail to the left. Park brakes off. Brakes released.
Just wait for that to start.
Brakes released. Here we go.
Okay. Just to make it a bit easier, so it packs off. Number 2. Waiting for it to hit about 22 on N2. Bring in that fuel. Oh, good morning, Kevin. Kevin says, morning, would love to fly along and have to reinstall the sim. Oh, God, there's a lot of people having to reinstall sims lately. I don't know what's going on.
Pushback complete. Parking brake set.
No worries. Parking brakes back on, sir.
Brake set. Alright, steering pin is disconnected. Watch for the slip release from guidance on your left. Have a good flight.
Thank you very much, sir. Engine 2. Callum Frame is in there. Bonjour. Bonjour, Callum. How are you? Waiting for N2 to hit 22 there. Bring the fuel. And Kevin says, I have a good excuse anyway. Got myself an M2 drive. Ah, yes. Did you have a... Is this the first time you've had an M2, Kevin, then? So you've been working off or not an SSD, but an HDD before. If that's the case, you're in for a real treat, mate. What a difference it makes to flight sim. Performance, scenery detail, everything. It's really, really good. Okay, oop, not wipers. We got 2 good engine starts. Put the taxi light on there. We can take the APU off in a minute, but we'll get the power in. Just correct my angle here, get the bleeds on, and bring our packs back in. Fresh air for everybody. God damper can come on now. Fuel should have been on, actually. Yeah. Right, okay, so we will set flaps 5. Confirmed on there, and well, we can set that before we get going. FMC's complaining about verified takeoff speeds. Okay, fine. Be like that. Everything's all right. We got 25.3 center of gravity. Trim is set just above 5, which is good to go. Should be okay there. Don't know why that's come up twice actually today. I'm not sure why. Anyway, Johnny's rolling out, so we should be ready to go as well. And oop, there we go. A little throttle. Kevin says it is, yeah. So, all right, slow HDD. Oh yeah, Kevin, you're gonna love it. Absolutely love it. It's well worth it. Well worth it. Okay, and I got Nighthawk and Johnny are well on the way, so I'll just follow them out. Flight directors can come on, all throttle can come on. I think we'll put that rigs into RTO now. Ugh. There's a racetrack at the end of the runway, is there? That's just so the pilots can go gambling before they fly. That's all tied in the East Midlands, isn't it? just roll up, throttle a bit just to check our takeoff config. All is good, no alarms. So the airplane is saying it's relatively happy. Bringing on our TCAS and transponder. Yep, it's Donington. Yeah. So what is an actual, like, a horse track or a dog track? But yeah, it's a well-served airport. Lots of simulation aviators on today, which is really cool to see. I always like seeing lots of traffic around me, but which is actual people. Oh, auto racing. Ah, right. Okay, got you. And what kind of cars is that? Is that like an F3 circuit or? Okay, we're all cut up to you, Nighthawk. Thank you for waiting, sir. Form an orderly queue, folks. Form an orderly queue. What we'll do is we'll wait. Nighthawk, if you want to line up and wait, and I'll get the drone out and we can watch you take off. Very overcast today, though, and I don't believe Paris is going to be much better. We're definitely paying for all the days of sunshine we've had recently. There we go. Okay, off you go, Nighthawk. Let's see it, how it's done. How long is today's flight? About an hour and a half, Cal. So that's block time, I think. So probably once we get up in the air, maybe about an hour if you're lucky. Hear the engine spooling. There goes that beautiful 330. And there's the Dark Fury, the legend. Warning. How dark are you? Glad to see you. Off he goes. Means Johnny's lining up now. I'll jump back in the cockpit and just get ready up to the stop line to keep things in an orderly manner, because we've got other people in the airport today, so we don't want to hold anyone out. Hello from Manchester. Oh, Dan, you've arrived. You've made it. Glad you had a safe flight, mate. J-Hog says, I've had Dan on the phone this morning. Okay, Johnny, all yours. watch out, flap rings are about. And off he goes. Okay, and now it's our turn. Landing lights on. Runway turn off. Sting the cabin there. Everything good to go. Nothing that we're worried about. I think everything's okay. Brake set to RTO. We're happy there. Flaps 5. All throttles on. Flight directors are on. Initial altitude 3000. Runway heading set 088. And we'll do a rolling takeoff once we get lined up. When did Ryanair have standards? I love it. Come on. Isma Beats, will you check my song? Sure. Check. 50% power. So we'll go. Airspeed's live.
80 knots. V1 take.
Positive rate.
Climb.
You're up. Bit of trim. A little bit of banking, stay on course. Okay, bro, we'll wait. Claiming cut. Okay, I really don't know what you're on about, Anima Beats. I really don't know what you're on about, mate. Bring that VNAV. Yeah, we hit our 3000 max because there is a restriction here, isn't there? So that's why we kind of drop the nose just a wee bit. Flaps can come up. And we're going to fly this departure the way it's written, so we could cut it short and start climbing up to initial, but oh, got a master caution. Why have I got a master caution? That's interesting. RTO can come off. Unless that had something to do with the flaps, I'm not sure. Anyway, we're flying stable at the moment, so I really don't know what the airplane's complaining about. And he's off. Good job. Thank you, Kellen. Orly is a big airport. We were there earlier this year. Really? Oh, okay. I've actually never flown into France, so never had the privilege of Charles de Gaulle or Orly. But I can certainly tell you that my mother flew into Charles de Gaulle on a transit to Canada, and she thought it was the worst airport she'd ever seen in her life. So that probably tells you something. Okay, it doesn't look like it's going to hold at 6,000, but that's fine. We'll just continue on to 9,000. So these lights can come off. Can release the cabin crew. It's a French affair. Charles de Gaulle would be nicer. Oh, how much you can be mistaken, Dan. From what I've heard, Charles de Gaulle is an absolute bloody nightmare. I've never heard anybody say anything positive about it. Likewise, if anyone says Toronto International Airport is a nice place, they're actually lying through their teeth. It's a horrible place to be as a passenger. Okay, coming up to our 9,000 cap. And just take a view of Midlands below us. Look at that. Love the detail. Love Flight Simulator. Love it! And it's all real. Do you live down there? Do you see your house? It's all real buildings. Charles de Gaulle is awful for handcrafted. Oh, right. Okay. I don't think I... Oh, no, I think I do have that one, actually. And Dan says, well, the worst I have had so far has been Manchester Airport. Ooh. I think Nick would agree, as he had his Lynx Africa confiscated. No, they're just trying to improve the way he smelled. Oh, that's all it was. Lynx Africa. Dear Lord. You guys are like 18 years old or something. Lynx Africa, I love it. Okay, last of our procedure turns. And we'll take it up to 29,000. And once we fly past that that final waypoint on the way to DT Delta Tango Uniform Yankee, hopefully the VNAV should just kick in on its own and take us there. Nick says Defo saw a video on man security last night which said worst in the UK. Oh right, yeah, okay. I've landed at Manchester, but I never got off the plane because Air Transat charter from Canada used to fly from Toronto, stop over in Manchester, let some passengers off, and get a little bit of fuel, and then fly on to Edinburgh. And I just kind of did a two-leg circuit like that. Yep, VNAV's behaving itself today. Everything's working. I don't know what's going on. Turn the landing lights off. It's almost going too well. I'm nervous, guys. I'm nervous. Or maybe I'm getting better. I don't know. Probably the former. Of course, Dark says, never had an issue at Manchester. I've never had an issue at Manchester. Of course he'd say that. You're from the north, Dark. You've got to be loyal. But have you ever flown out of Teesside? That's what I want to know, Dark. And I can see Johnny and Nighthawk to get a good head start in front of me. But everyone's, I think we're pretty well paced in terms of our altitude. Nighthawk at 19,000, Johnny at 15, so it looks like everyone's flown the procedure today. Brilliant. Well done. There's Mr. Freak in the sky with a dark star. We'll watch out for him. Nick says 6 out of every 10 bags are picked up for secondary screening at Man, apparently. Yeah, well, there's maybe a reason for that. Teesside, no. Not with DSA up the road. Fair enough. Anyways, looks like we're sitting pretty here. A little bit of wing flex. A little bit of buffeting. I do find the PMDG, I mean, fly-by-wire is pretty good and headwind's pretty good as well, but PMDG wing flex is really, really nice. Quite cool. Such a subtle thing, and I think that's probably the biggest change if you look back to Flight Simulator 10 compared to now. It's all these little subtle details with the aircraft that you can see now in the sim. It just makes it so immersive. And even the even up at the top, even Fly Life Studios behaving today. I don't know what's going on. It can't go this smoothly. Something's bound to go wrong at some point. Dark says more previews of the Vulcan out. Ooh. Yeah, that seems to be that seems to be closer, as opposed to further away from what I can see. Looks like Bluebird Simulation 757, on the other hand, looks like that's going to be delayed into 2024, but I've got a lot of respect for the main guy behind it. He's basically saying, you know, it's done when it's done. We're not going to rush it, and that I'm praising him for that. That's exactly the attitude I want to see. I don't want another airliner rushed out. The 757, I think, is going to be a really important release for the flight simulator community, and I want the whole team to just put the polish they need into it, get it right. So looking forward to that, hopefully next year. Nick says no reason at all, no probs at Heathrow. When I told the staff at Manchester Security about Heathrow security, they just replied that they are more thorough. Yes. More organized, I think, Nick. More organized. Flew through Heathrow many times. I never had, actually, security's quite fluid in Heathrow. Dark says exactly Southern Security let anyone through. Right, Isma Beats. Mons, if you could take care of that for me, please. Isma Beats, we're going to time you up for 300 seconds, mate. Please do not use our chat to promote yourself. That's not what we're here for. Nighthawk says, is anybody thinking of DCS? They are having one of the best sales I've seen. No, I'm not aware of that, Nighthawk. Maybe you can post something into the chat. Sids is it. He says, hi, Willie. How you, man? Sids, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. How are you, sir? Good to see you. Thanks for joining today. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. I'll just do an altitude check here. Climbing nicely. I've used a Dash 1 D-rated climb today, just to get us up nice and smooth, because if you do the open climb, it just goes like that. So I've told the plane to behave itself a bit. And of course, we seem to be beating out Johnny, strangely, but Nighthawk's getting up there. Nighthawk, what flight level were you assigned for SimBrief? I'm curious, actually, what it said for the headwind. Nighthawk says, can I post links here? Nighthawk, what you could do is you could post it in the pub, and Dark, if you would be so kind, just grab that link and post it in the chat for us, so Nighthawk can show us what we're talking about. Oh, you got 290 as well? Okay, fair enough. We'll just put Snoopy in the doghouse here. Does anybody know that term, Snoopy in the doghouse? Thanks, Dark. Appreciate it. Okay, anything else we need to be concerned about? I think everything is cooking with gas, if I'm being honest. Really wondering what that master caution was. I can only assume that it was something to do with the flaps being extended. But it seemed to, maybe it resolved itself after, because I was already retracting the flaps at that point. The plane was just getting a little bit too impatient with me. Jayhawk says, no, but Dan's the doghouse expert. Yeah. Johnny, you've got flight level 250. Well, that seems awfully low, doesn't it? 250, how strange. Right, well, let's take what you can for the conditions today, folks, but we're now just going to coast over southern England as we head out towards France. We get Johnny in there. Where's the guys? I lost them. Oh, no, they are. Right in front of me. Did you insert the descent winds, route winds? Yes, I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I'm starting to pick up a lot of the little details again. Things that I've known and forgotten from 20 years ago. But yeah, I think everything's pretty much tied up. It's probably just an ops thing. I think I was probably just going a bit too quick and encroaching on the flap limits. Johnny says, no, me, I probably didn't do something right. I'm not sure where we are at the moment. What's the easiest map to look at? Probably Valenta, actually. We are using Valenta today. Yeah, I think around here somewhere. And Valenta's just getting so cool lately. Yeah, we're about here. Looks like we're just about to cross over Reading, actually. Which I hear mixed reviews of Reading. It's a place. It's a place in England. Brett's in there. Hey, Brett, how you doing? He says, croissants have run out in economy, sir. What shall we do? Wait for Paris? They want them now. Let them eat cake. Let them eat cake, Brett. Ask the head of cabins, or I guess you're head of cabin in this case. So let's see what kind of cakes we've got in the cupboard there, and just chuck it at the passengers. And for the first class passengers, there's only 3 of them today, so just give them 2 cakes each. Doing well. Hope you are. Hope you are all doing well too. You too, Brett. It's always great to see you. Looks like the clouds might actually be clearing by the time we hit the channel. Maybe that's overly ambitious. Dark says, ladies and... Sorry, I'll have to do it in my camera voice. Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin is now serving chocolate brioche and Chateau Lofty. Lofty? Well, Rothschild. 2016. Ooh. That sounds like an expensive wine. Johnny says just north of Farnborough, wherever that is. Farnborough's the... Farnborough is where the big air show is, isn't it? Is it not Farnborough that takes turns with Paris for the big commercial air show? It's not. I mean, you do get military there, but it's more for commercial aircraft, I think. But it's a massive air show at Farnborough. 2016 was a great year, says Brett. And Bubba says, Dark Fury, that Colore needs more age on it. It's too early to be drinking that. Actually, just south of there now. Okay. You can see the English Channel approaching us. Much nice and quiet in the cockpit. I will be right back, guys. I'm just going to grab some water. Stay with me. And I'm back. See the check's active. What do we talk? Dark Fury likes toffee vodka. That sounds horrible, to be honest with you. Is that a thing? Toffee vodka? Actually, funny enough, I think I've tried that. Someone made it for me. Or made it and gave me a sample of it. I think it was actually quite pleasant now that I think about it. Jayhawk says, oh, you got me in trouble yesterday. Oh dear, what happened? Tumble dryer. Is it back in the garage? I'm sure your wife's thrilled about going out to the garage for the drying. Toffee chocolate vodka is a thing. Oh, chocolate vodka. I've never had that. I think I have had toffee vodka now that I think about it. Someone once gave me chocolate gin, which was the most horrendous thing I'd ever tasted. Gin just doesn't work with that kind of thing. Jayhawk said he sat in my lounge and told the wife, I need the tumble dryer back in my room. Well, it's you could use the tumble dryer as like a vibration simulator to enhance your immersive experience being in a moving airplane. That's what I think. See if you can work that through. Work it into your man cave design. Black cherry gin, yeah. Now that's nice actually. I have tried that. But my favorite, if we're on gin, my favorite flavor is rhubarb and ginger. I find that's consistently good. Obviously, if you get some of the better brands like Edinburgh Gin or Hendrix. Jayhawk says, don't you start, Mr. Canuck. I've had it bad enough from Dark and Nick. Oh, we're just one yummy. I'm sure your man cave will be epic. Epic. You just have to remember to post pictures of it. Is Relic there now? Is he helping you out right as we speak? You should have a tablet sitting on the wall broadcasting my stream while you guys are just working away on your man cave. That'd be good. He's cutting grass with his new Flymo. I had a Flymo and I hated it, and I had grass and I hated it, so we've completely got rid of it. We didn't have a big patch anyway. But we ended up going with a company called Lazy Lawns, which is kind of this high-priced turf. That's now in, and I've never had to think about grass again. Thank God. Can't stand it. Oh, he's in your garage building your desk. Ooh, I'm going over to his later. Okay. Should be well over the channel now. Say bye-bye, England. A lot of flights in the air today, though. That's pretty cool. Johnny said, well, if anyone is interested, got myself into a situation last week. Was on a bike, crashed pretty good. Ooh, been off for a week now with a fractured skull. Johnny, poor guy. And a facial fracture as well. Good Lord, Johnny. Now, are we talking about a motorbike or are we talking about a push bike? That's a hell of an injury, Dane. I hope you're alright. Jayhawk says, we think we may be back up and running Thursday. Excellent. That'd be good to have you back. All kitted out with your man cave ready to fly with us. Push bike. Johnny, that's a hell of an accident. What were you doing? Were you flying down a hill at 50 miles an hour? It just goes to show how easy it is to get injured, even if you think, you know, I've talked to a lot of people who don't wear helmets on push bikes, and to be fair, when I was young, I never did, because it wasn't really a big deal. But yeah, you get some really, really bad injuries. Johnny says, may have a couple too many libations, but he'll not confirm or deny. Yeah, fair enough. Well, you know, you just relax. I'm really glad you're flying with us, Johnny. I hope you're okay, and I hope you heal up quickly. That's a hard thing. Really, really nasty. It sounds like you've been very lucky, though. That's not a minor injury. Very potentially life-threatening, that one. And we got official Sean Reinhardt. Looks like Johnny is also flying there. Hello, Sean. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Don't forget, guys, do hit the like for me if you can. Really helps the stream. And anybody who is lurking in the background, if you're just joining us, taking it all in, please do subscribe. We're so glad that you're here. And reach out to us in the chat and introduce yourself if you'd like to. It's been rough all week. Yeah, I can imagine. That's not a light issue. So top of the descent, looking about 80 miles away here, so actually it might be good to do a bit of a debrief on our approach. So our first hard cap will be about 13,000 at Bonne, and then we'll be dropping slowly down to Adillo at 10,000. Now, it's not the clearest of approaches or charts from what I can see, but I'll try and bluff my way through it as possible. So we're coming through the Bobson 9E approach. So we'll be entering from the north, from that direction, crossing Bonne. There's your hard line at 13,000. As you're crossing the SOTIP, you must be below 12,000. And then coming into Odillo, because we are going to be landing on runway 2, we'll need to be at 10,000 feet for that. Now from there, it's not really clear, but essentially we're going to be kind of coming this way, I think, and then sorry, this way. Yeah, this way. So if Odillo's over here, we're basically just bridging it directly to Charlie Foxtrot 02, which is a 12-mile DME, or 12-mile distance into Orly. And that gives us a platform altitude of 3,000 feet, which so CFO2 is over here somewhere. Level off, get nice and ready on our speeds, and then drop in on a 17-degree angle into Orly. Runway direction is 017, so we can probably set that now, and 110.3 on DME. So while we're thinking about that, 017. And I think we said 110.3, didn't we? Let's get that ready. Okay, that's all good to go. We'll just have to remember to switch it over when we get close. Don't think there's too much need for speed brakes, but we'll use it as we come in, see how the airplane's managing itself. Johnny says, sorry. Sean, are you just expressing sympathy for Johnny? Yeah, that's really rough. Really rough. Yeah, Johnny's also flying as well. Yeah, he's up ahead. He's got a much better cruising altitude than we do, but Nighthawk's got the same one as me in the headwinds. He's at 290. Okie dokie. Right, so approach. .3017, we've just confirmed that is fine. We're going to go with a flaps 30 127, so that will give us an approach speed of approximately 129 knots with wind correction. And it's just a matter of waiting. Top of descent now, sitting roughly 50 miles. I'm still intrigued, Johnny, how you've managed such a massive injury. Was it downhill biking, or were you just kind of on the road? I have some pretty. I live in an area where there's a lot of downhill biking, so there's a lot of kind of hills and technically very, very challenging trails. And unfortunately, it's a relatively common thing for helicopters to fly into our area every now and then to pick up people and fly them out to Edinburgh because of the nature of the injuries. It was self-inflicted, didn't really have anyone to blame, but I may have just screwed myself by ditching push bike and getting an EV bike. Oh, yeah. Some of them are really fast. I mean, there's a guy, older guy actually, and it was more of a touring bike than anything else, but it was an EV one. And I said, what speeds do you get up to on the EV? And he said, oh, I could easily get up to 45 miles an hour. 45 miles an hour? Bloody hell. That's like a Vespa. So, one thing I did notice on point, we're flying into Paris. Paris has just recently banned electric scooters. So I can only imagine that they've just been causing absolute havoc. But there was a big company in Paris that used to rent them to tourists. So put those two things together: electric scooters, tourists, and Paris. Must be mayhem. But anyway, they're banned now. That's it. Company shut down. Electric scooters are no longer allowed in Paris. Sean says, I've also had a bike accident. Oh God, Sean. Is that recent? I hope you're okay as well. I don't like hearing about accidents. It's not nice for people to get injured. Not nice at all. That's why we fly airplanes. They're relatively safe. Actually, extremely safe. The Dark Fury coming in with the £1 donation. He's wanting to see some action. Okay, here we go. A little bit of dancing. Thanking you very much, Dark, for the £1 donation. It all goes into the pot to keep the stream running. We've got a lot of subscription services like Epidemic Sounds and Streamlabs, so it all helps with that. So thank you very much, guys, and Dark for chipping in for that. And of course, Dark does so much for us already. Also has his livery painting brand, Paint Gen X. He is responsible for all the cool stuff all the cool liveries that we have for many airplanes. We've got the fly-by-wire, the headwinds, the Fenix 320, all the PMDG variants, if you can believe it. All have a positive rate livery that you can download absolutely free of charge. You just need to drop into our Discord if someone wants to put up a Discord prompt for us. Drop in the Discord, and there's a livery section in there with all the liveries. You can download all the ones you want for your favorite aircraft and fly with us online if you get an opportunity. Love to have you along. Thanks, Dark. Cheers for that. So yeah, do get into Discord, hop into the pub, and introduce yourself, and go check out the liveries section and download any livery you want. Lots of great positive rate liveries there. The Headwind in particular is lovely. That's one of our. I think it was the Headwind one of the newest ones. Dark, is that the most recent? Because that's just a striking livery. I love that one. Okay, pushing about 30 miles top descent. So we're going to start thinking about bringing that altitude back shortly. Airplane is hovering just under Mach 7.8, which is fine. Bit of a seat adjustment. And I'm just going to quickly step away for literally 2 minutes, guys. I'll be right back. Stay with me. Okie dokie, I'm back. Plane's still flying, that's a good thing. Starting to close in on that top of the descent now, so I'm going to bring that. I think we'll set our initial for 11,000 at Odillo. VNAV will take over once we pass that top of descent marker, so that's fine. 10 miles. Now we see Nighthawks descending. Completely lost Johnny Mon though. Not sure where he is. Johnny, we lost you. Are you just far off ahead? Where's Johnny? Sean says, I've got to go now. My internet is bad. My tablet is literally 2%. Sorry, I can't join, and we'll try and join next time. Sean, no worries, mate. Have a fantastic weekend. Thank you for dropping in and saying hi, and we would absolutely love to have you with us next week. So, yeah, you know, all the best to you, mate. I'm really glad you came along. Thank you. Johnny says, I'm here now. Behind me? Oh, did I pass you? All right. Still got time to have a quick peek. Oh, there you are. Oh, of course you're up higher as well, aren't you? Must have slid right in underneath you. Safe flight, work calling, Dark. No worries. Thanks for guarding the fort for the first half there. Really appreciate it, mate. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon on Discord. A320 doing silly things. Yeah, it does that. It is a silly plane. It is. There's top descent kicking in, and VNAV is taking over as we head down to Bobsa, which is our first restriction. Actually, it's not. It's Benar. Benar 13,000. There it is. You can see the constraint. poor passengers. We never turn the seatbelts off. Well, it's too late now. On profile, everything looking good. Dropping like a stone. It's starting to correct for Bonne now. Oh, that's the other thing. So I did mess up today because I haven't put it in the standard. It should be in standard. So God knows what altitude I was actually flying at. Probably worth checking what the METAR is. Do we have a METAR for LFPO? Could someone post that in the chat for us? That'd be great. Since we don't have ready access to that in the PMDG as yet. Hopefully the winds haven't changed. We're still looking at the same arrival. Or at least if the winds are below 5 knots. A little bit buffeting. Coming over the lovely countryside of France. Lots of farms down there. Wonder if they grow grapes around here. Or is it probably just more wheat? I'm gonna have to find a METAR. LFPO METAR. Alright, so that looks like PNH 118. Set that now. Do they grow grapes everywhere in France? Yes. I think you do get more common regions, though. I think so. Some areas are known for grapes more than others. But I'm not sure. I'll tell you who would know for certain is Shark Kitty, who's unfortunately unable to join us at Saturdays at the moment. But yeah, she would probably have a really good answer to that. I'm sure someone can Google it. The wine regions of France. Alright, it is prompting for standard now, which is, I think it's a bit early in the tooth for that, but for some reason. I don't know if it gives you a transition altitude for, because I have set 6,000 transition altitude there, but it seems to assume 18,000 everywhere else, which is really weird. Don't know how to change that. Maybe someone could give me a bit of advice on that one. Dropping below 15,000 to approach Bonne, targeting flight level 130. But flies everywhere. So if you see me doing this, it's not because I'm having a hallucination. If there's this little tiny fly that keeps buzzing in front of me. Got a decel restriction of 280 there. See that speed starting to wind back. And the first of our procedure turns in as we hit the Bob's 9 Echo approach into Paris Orly. See, Nighthawk looks like he's on profile as well. Next catch point is SOTIP, flight level 120. So we're going to see that descent really come to a slow now as the plane just maintains 280 and gradually coasted down into SOTIP. And then about a 1,000 foot, or 2,000 foot drop rather, into Odillo. And then I'm probably going to keep the speed about, well, we'll keep the speed at 240 and bring it down to about 3,000 and the CFO2 and then drop that speed right back. See if Johnny's still behind us there. There he is. Oh, 20,000 feet. You're quite high up, Johnny. You're still struggling with the airplane at the moment. Okay, I'm just going to let the cabin know that we're in the pattern. Music is very French. I didn't bother looking for French music. I was going to, and then I thought, I don't know. So I've kind of opted for like a rock, a bit of country, a bit of bluegrass in there. Yeah, you're coming down, Johnny? Good. Well, I should get you on drone camera if I get down relatively smoothly. Fortunately, Nighthawk's going to beat me to the gate. By the way, Nighthawk, if you want to aim for, just as a reminder, so I think we'll aim for about section B and C there. So if we're coming in on 02, it's really just winding back on, I think that's Whiskey 2, Whiskey Golf, Whiskey 2. Just to find a spot around Bravo parking. We should all be able to fit in there. It's just 3 of us today, so that should be easy enough. Okay. So we got another decel point as we come into SOTIP. Oh, I think someone's joined me on Vox. Who's that?
It's Tony.
Hello, Tony. How are you, sir?
I'm actually not bad, my friend. How are you?
Doing okay. Doing okay. You've joined us just for the money shot. We're coming in for our final approach here,
Excellent.
or our initial approach.
Bloody time differences, I tell you what, it drives you nuts.
It does. It does. I think it's funny how we've all gotten used to each other's time zones over the last couple of years, though.
Exactly.
We
I
know
have enough trouble coping.
Yeah, we
Sorry,
know when to find each other. I think.
Yes, exactly.
I'm not
I've
gonna.
just come back from dinner.
Oh, dinner! Right. What did you have for? Did you have anything nice? Was that at the restaurant?
Yeah, it's our Father's Day tomorrow, so I'm thinking about it. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there who are listening. And yeah,
That's strange. I didn't realize. Didn't realize Australia had a different Father's Day.
Yes, we have a lot of different things. We're very
just rebels, eh? Just rebels.
I'm just gonna leave that right there.
It's all the crazy thing you guys do, like wearing your trousers backwards and all that kind of stuff. Eh? We can't keep up with you.
Yeah. You've been watching too many Oz flights in the streams. I think that's where your problem is there. But yeah, no. So no, my brother decided that we should have a breakfast for my father tomorrow for Father's Day, and
okay.
It was it's going to be very early, and it's at this hotel, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to shout him a night at the hotel. So
all right, very nice.
I get very cheap prices at this hotel, and one of my friends is the operations manager here, so he looks after us as well, which is really good. So yeah, we just went downstairs. It was quite funny. He came over, he sat down, we had a bit of a chat. And, his staff didn't realise he was sitting at the table with it, and they were all being a little bit, a little bit noisy and a little bit sort of, right into the working thing. And then they turned around and realised that he was sitting at the table, and you should have seen the girl's face. She was like, "Oh crap!" And it was so funny. It really was. But yeah, they did very, very well.
Good.
So yeah, they had a good time. They're a good bunch here. So they have a good time, and then a few of the girls realised I was here, and they all started coming over and saying hello. So it was good. They all know me, so that's the important thing. So yeah. But, and then I came back up to the room, and I noticed you were here. I was just talking to a friend of mine who was helping me with something, and then I had a message from Jacko. Actually, I got him to call you back.
Very good.
But he was going to do a ATS tonight, American Truck Sim, and
cool.
He is working. He's got a very early working start tomorrow morning, so he's going to have his hand, have dinner, and go to bed. So, yeah,
very cool.
It's unfortunate when real life has to step in the way of your simming life, but
it does. I know. We would sim full time if we could get paid enough for it.
Oh God, yeah, absolutely.
And some are fortunate enough to do that.
He's going to do it. Well, this is true. I mean, that's what amazes me is knowing how much you guys actually do make.
Captain Canada's one of them.
When people do it.
Yeah, Captain Canada's one of them. That's basically his full-time job.
Right.
Just doing the sim. So I don't know how he does it. I don't know what kind of he does get. I must admit, if you watch the streams, he gets a heck of a lot in donations because it couldn't just be off the. The YouTube
the money you get from YouTube
benefits, because I don't think that would sustain, but he does get a heck of a lot off donations, but good on him. Good on him, and he's happy enough.
If these half naked girls can get $30 out of everybody for whatever, there's no reason that
that's it.
Maybe you take your hat off every once in a while, and
that's it.
You might get some massive donations or something. Who knows? You never know.
I mean, I could take my clothes off, but I don't know if this is going to help my stream. This is the problem.
Well, it would, because you'd end up getting donations to put your clothes back on. So yes.
There you go.
This is actually funny you say that, because I was having this conversation with Shane. He's been singing when he does that. When people donate memberships.
Yeah.
And he sings, and I keep saying to him, "Keep singing, Shane, because people will donate more to tell you to stop singing." So, yeah.
Okay, we're just bringing the ILS frequencies in. So we are on our penultimate leg before we turn in towards Paris Orly. Orbx scenery are going to be showing off today, Tony.
Oh, nice.
So this is Paris's second largest airport.
Lovely. And Johnny, I agree with you totally.
Johnny said no, it would be it wouldn't help his stream.
You know what you could do is just
Willie connect the naked pilot,
half dressed, or just have a half dressed girl sitting next to you as your FO, and keep the camera on her. That would work.
Now that would work. It would get all sorts of traffic that we're probably not looking for, but yeah. It's like when if social media, this is the new thing. You get all these shorts everywhere. Shorts, YouTube shorts. It's all TikTok has just totally ruined the internet for me. And they're everywhere.
Exactly.
And all these things pop up. All these things pop up, and it's like, oh, I'm flying in an airplane with my girlfriend, and the whole thing is about his girlfriend wearing she's got to be like a double E, and she's wearing the tightest bloody T-shirt you can imagine.
Exactly.
And I'm like, yes, everyone is watching that short for the airplane. I know it. But God,
Lemon Wolf. We're holding a very constructive conversation about the benefits of YouTube. Does that answer your question?
People who are willing to embrace any kind of shame for cash. That's what we're talking about.
Exactly. Well, we have in Australia, and please tell me if you need to descend properly, and I'll shush up.
Okay, just a moment.
Right. We have in Australia someone called Tash Peterson or something. I can't remember, Peterson or whatever. But she's a very strongly minded vegan activist, and she goes into shops and dressing with pig's blood all over her, and screaming that people shouldn't be eating meat and blah 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 and all that. Anyway, the question keeps getting asked: where does she get her money from? And apparently, she has an OnlyFans, and she does a lot of stuff on her OnlyFans that let's just say you and I couldn't do it on YouTube. So, and that's where she gets all the money from. And everybody's sort of like, she's a troublemaker. She's she's a troublemaker. She gets abused. The the police are basically arresting her left, right, and centre for doing what she does. Yeah. But she's got all this money, and it's all coming from her OnlyFans. And people are just shocked.
She's a self-funded buffoon. Then that's pretty much what we're
correct. Yes, and I'm sure we're not the only country that has them. But
Oh no. Well, there was I've never heard of her, but a TikTok influencer or something like that in Britain. She and her mother just got arrested for murder. So I don't know. If it was her. She had a kid or what the story is, but she looks like there's a picture of the two of them. They look like a piece of work as well.
Wow.
Unfortunately, it's the bad part of the World Wide Web has created a new subculture of complete morons. For entertainment. Morons for entertainment.
Yeah, I think it's unfortunate because it also reflects on what the rest of the community is like as well, and that seems to be half the issue, I think. But anyway, that's another whole conversation topic that we'll have another time.
Okay, coming into concentration mode now, mate. So
I'll shush up.
You can throw out random questions. Just try not to make them too interesting.
Things you don't have to think about. You don't want telling you Shane's story, Chaco's story. I'm joking. I should.
Alright, just trying to get the speed down now. As we come in for our final approach into Paris Orly runway 02. Hotel Relic High, yep. Jayhawk's got him in the garage. I don't know what he's doing in the garage, but okay, I think I'm actually going to want this to go down a bit quicker. Come on. Not that quick, but 1200 will do. Just so we get to our platform nice and early. Give the airplane seems to be slowing down. We've had the brakes on a bit, so that's not too bad. See the glide path starting to sneak in there as well. Okay. Final checks now. Braking. I think we want probably braking. We're braking 2 today. We only got about 7,700 feet to play with. Everything is good on there. With cabin crew. Landing light should have been on a long time ago. out flaps 1. Just give us a bit of drag. Wind it right back to 180. Go flaps 5. And just a quick check, our approach speed was 3127, so 133. See the runway now? Arm approach. Flaps 15.
Airspeed full. Airspeed full.
Here. Bit of a horn there. I'll go away once the gear's out. Should drop the gear first. Oh. I don't know why I have a horn there. Oh, it's gone away finally. Yeah, I should have the gear out first. Okay, we are tracking the ILS though, so everything else, excuse me. Whoa! Must be winds, that's all I can think of. Let's bring our flaps out to flaps 30. This is our final approach speed. Very close to you, Nighthawk. Yeah, I am actually. Just roll off to the end of the runway. I think you should have enough room. I hate when the auto throttle is on and you get the airspeed low. Yeah. It's probably because I just didn't have enough flaps out. I think that's probably what it's complaining about. But every situation is different because it depends on what the winds are doing as well. So we've got about looks about a 7-knot crosswind actually, which is gusting, which does make it easy. So the plane doesn't know what's going on. Anyway, I think we're in good shape, despite all that. We're coming in over Paris now. But yeah, definitely a lot of bumping and rolling with the weather today. Okay, I'm gonna take control shortly, I think. Let the autopilot take it a little bit further. My controls. Right behind you, Nighthawk. You're getting pushed over from those crosswinds now. You can really see it. Drifting up a bit. Yeah, the winds are really playing around. Trying to get that center line. Looking okay.
50, 40.
Minus 188. Bring that nose around, correct for the cross. Full reverse. Okay, you can talk now, Tony.
Okay.
Reverse
Nice
is off.
landing. Very nice.
Thank you very much. Okay, turn off auto braking. We'll roll out to catch up with Tony there. Oh, didn't have any of these lights on. These can stay off for the moment. Bringing our APU while we got time. While we're coasting. Lim Wolf says, "Nice one, thank you very much, man." I did, you know, considering the winds, I think that was relatively good. Vacating runway 02. And then once we get parked, we'll wait for hopefully Johnny won't be too far behind us. Get his landing and or take a tour. Oh, see, got another. Looks like a. Oh, what? What's an E290, Tony? Any idea?
No. What's an E290? Have a look.
Which
Let me
taxi
have a
should
look.
I be on here? I think. Let me just stay the course. It's like Nighthawk took the. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Anyway, let's. Landing lights off. APU is on. Taxi lights on.
It's an Embraer.
It's Embraer, is it? Never heard of a 290.
Yeah, I'm just having a look.
Heard of a 190. Unless it's like a prop. No, I don't think it is an E-Jet. Lemon Wolf. A good chance it's probably a prop of some sort. Although it looks like a jet from what I can tell out the window, but that doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah, it's an ERJ 190-300 STD, which is Embraer.
Okay.
So I've never heard of it, but that's what it is.
Jayhawk says, well done, gotta go see ya. Jayhawk, brilliant. Thank you for coming along, mate. Give my best to Relic. And can't wait to see pictures of your new man cave. Thanks for coming along, mate. Okay, Nighthawk is... Don't see anything from Johnny yet. So missed him.
I'm actually going to bail as well.
No worries, Tony.
So I will see you later, and I'll see everybody else later.
I'm sure you're full of food and ready for bed.
Yeah, I'm very close. I'm very, very close,
Yeah.
let me tell you.
Well, it was absolutely brilliant for you to stop by, mate. Thank you so much, and
No problem.
we'll talk to you soon.
Sounds like a plan. Take care, everyone. See you soon.
See you, Tony. Again, not a great landing, but nobody died. How are you doing? I didn't see you. All right. I think we'll pick one of these small gates just around where Nighthawk is. So the key for me, I think, as I'm starting to get more and more comfortable with the 737. For me, the key thing is speed management. That is definitely what makes or breaks me in terms of me getting flustered in the approach or actually being able to stay on target. So I really do try to get that speed well under control long before I have to think about gear and whatnot. We still had a bit of a moment where we had a lot of gusting winds, probably not enough lift, so the gear wasn't down. I should put the gear down first before we dropped to flaps 15. And then possibly need flaps quicker than that before dropping to 140. So, you know, it's all lessons learned. I'll take that on board, and I'll probably do a few practice flights again for the next bit. But on the positive side, I think the landing was relatively good, relatively clean. And if you got a good landing, I think that's half the battle. Okay. Lights off, taxi lights off, engines down. Ooh. Power here. Kill the engines. Nice wide angle here. See if we can catch Johnny. Oh, there's Johnny. You could probably park right in between us, Johnny. There's lots of room. Anyway, so while Johnny's parking up, let's take a look at Paris Orly. Look at this thing. You wouldn't think that this was a big airport, but it's a reasonable size. A reasonable size. It takes all sorts of traffic, large and small. Largely known for domestic traffic, and I believe in the show notes Nick has mentioned it's the second busiest airport in France. And it actually predates Charles de Gaulle. Now look at the stylings here. This definitely screams out something from the 60s, doesn't it? I'll pop in here. I don't know if there's any internal modeling. No, not in the tower anyway. But lots of great detailing outside. Yeah, so I would say this is really primarily an external model, but it is really lovely. Lots of detail around the ramps. And you just every now and then you get this little speckle of this kind of 1960s. It's not quite an Art Deco, but like almost like a funky mixture of blue and yellow pastel colors, just to make it a bit more interesting. Lots of detail on the lamps. I think those look very, very cool. But yeah, I mean, this airport just goes on and on and on and on. It's actually quite a sizable place. And if we cut to the middle, if you were to be a passenger arriving or departing, see a little bit of detail on the roads coming in and out at the airport, and obviously there's a bit of construction going on. So I wonder what, if anybody knows why that construction's there. It looks like they might be building a new hotel. That's why I think it is. But yeah, it's definitely some ongoing construction at the time when this was done. But yeah, just some lovely details, and we'll get a quick look at it at night, just so you can see the. There's some dog out there going absolutely mental, guys. Sorry. Sorry, nighttime. And yeah, look at, I thought these lights, these floods were going to look absolutely amazing, and they do not disappoint. Yeah, apologies for the dog in the background. Not much I can do about it, unfortunately. Actually, I could close a window. But we'll just press on. So yeah, the floods just look absolutely stunning. Absolutely amazing. And there is some internal modeling here by the looks of it. So just as well we did that. There you go. Not very heavy, but just to make it look really nice from the outside. It's quite reminiscent of the Cork scenery, actually, I think. But yeah, really lovely airport. I'll just bring that back today again. Recenter on ourselves, and we'll finish out the day. I think, Johnny, you must have disconnected already, did you? There you go. Paris Orly. Welcome to Paris Orly, folks, and thank you for sticking with us through the whole stream. Bubba says, night, everyone. See you in the next stream. Bubba, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming along today. Always great to see you, mate. And big thank you to Lemon Wolf. Johnny, of course, flying with us today. Nighthawk, who is flying with us today. J-Hog, who's been with us pretty much the whole way. Tony Betto was dropped in for a bit there as well. Nick and Dark, of course, for coming in and doing the moderation. And one of our newest viewers, Sean Reinhardt, dropped in as well. Thank you for popping in, Sean. Great to see you. I think we had Sids earlier as well. Brett Pound also came in just for a quick shout. Hopefully I've got everybody there. If I missed you, I do apologize. Wish you all a fantastic weekend. I'm going to bring that music down and the sim noises down, and I will see you next time right here on Positive Freight. And I think we're doing an ATR flight in Canada, so that should be or no, not Canada, Britain. I think we're doing some Scottish stuff. So we'll see you next time, folks. All the best. Thanks for being here. Take care.